gonna get a couple range cubes in my pocket first, and then what I'm gonna do is push Zoe, which I guess means life. At least that's what I was told. Into that pin right there where I can put the halter on her. So then I'll drag her out, and then I'll tie her up and I'll brush her down, and I'll leave her tied up for a bit. So then once that happens, I'll get her feed and all that stuff good to go. And the reason why I tie her down is that way it just trains her that when she pulls on the rope, it puts pressure on you, and if you just walk with the rope without the tension, then it just makes your life better, easier, and it's just an easier way to help train her to do what we want. And the reason why I want this to happen is because that way it's easier for my parents to control an animal that's going to weigh 1,500 pounds. If they ever have to take her to the vet, or if they had to take her to go get bread or anything like that, it's better to have an animal that trusts you to work with her than just dealing with a bad situation and making it more stressful for an animal that's not used to human being or human contact. And it's a lot worse that way. So that's why I'm gonna get some range cubes and go push her in there and teach her how to walk on a leash just like a puppy dog. So all this is right here is a sweet feed. It's got cornmeal, molasses, and all that nice fun stuff. It's called sweet feed because it just smells super sweet because of the molasses.
Are you giving her candy for dinner?
Kind of. Why not? And then these things right here, range cubes, these are the golden ticket. It's a sweet feed, but then they add a caking agent to it and they compact it, and it just goes through tubes, just kind of like how you have for pasta and whatnot. And it just goes through, and they do a slight bake on it, and it really like range cubes. Your Opie used to call them cake, so.
I would never ever feed a cow when I was a child. I used to stand there by this fence right here. Cows would come up to it and he'd give us cake to give them, and I was like, nope, and I'd freaking drop it every time. I'd cry. Not a fan.
Hey, Zoe. Go. You already go. Come on. Go. And we've only had her now for 6 days, but we've really only worked with her for 5 days. And cows are pretty smart. They get this whole routine stuff down pretty quick. I started doing this, putting her in this pen on Monday. Today's Friday. She already knows how to do it and what's about to happen. And just like a dog, I always like to train them with a little bit of positive reinforcement. Yeah, you want the cake? And all you do is slip the halter on, turn it over, try to get the nasty strip stuff off her. About 500 to 600 pounds, so he outweighs me by quite a bit. But the key with working with cattle, if you're going to halter break them, is to never let them win. Because if you let them win once, then your life is going to be a giant pain from then on. So you can see it's loose. And I give her the opportunity to back around, move around, do whatever she wants. And I just kind of talk to her, And the other thing I do is, thank God for technology. All I do is I go to my phone, said, okay, yeah, hi. I set it for 25 minutes. And the idea is I try to add up a little bit of time every day just to make it a little bit more. But, so, once I got her tied up, I just kind of brush her down just to get her desensitized to touch. So I can go anywhere, touch her, and she's okay. That way, if I need to do we need to do a quick vet check if she has like a hurt foot or anything like that, we can run our hands down her, and she knows we're not gonna hurt her. The other thing I'm doing, I try to teach my daughters just how to brush her like you would do on show cattle. She's not a show cow. You guys, what the heck? What's a show cow? Well, it's just like a dog show, but with something that in the end you might eat, and that's what stock showing is.
Hello.
She's a baby from a full-blood sister of one that I showed when I was in high school 15 years ago that did really well. So it's pretty awesome. Her mommy.
She's your niece.
Yeah. She's fit. So her mom is 15 years old now and still doing good having calves. So.
Well, I think they retired her now.
Yeah, this was her last one right here. And all you're doing when you brush is from the
It's in there.
From the hips forward, you're brushing at a vertical like a 45 up. From the shoulders, you're kind of brushing down. You want to do that way the judges and everybody else can see the good muscle movements in the front. And there's not that much meat in the front, but right here, you're brushing it up. So you're basically training the hair to be an updo part. You can kind of see how it has more volume. And if I brush it down, it loses some of that volume. So when you brush it up and you start training that hair to go up, it just fills in the cow more, because this is where your good cuts are. Because this is where your whole lumbar area is. And the other thing is you kind of work that tail head, give it a little mohawk, so then it makes it look like it's a more even and level hip for structure reasons. And all this brown kind of hair.
What do you think of that? Do you think that's true? What do you think?
All this brown hair right here is actually just her baby coat or her winter coat that she's losing. So brushing her down too also helps her lose that winter coat in the summertime.
Yeah, 90 degrees. Okay, it's getting late. You're off the hook, cute little cow.
Now the cool thing is, watch how well she walks now.
Did you have fun?
Oh yeah, I love doing that. That's fun.
It's time to go back up to the house.
Do the Netflix or Disney Plus or YouTube.
Maybe we should sit on the porch.
All right.
It's nice out. Hopefully you can hear us because it's windy. Alright.
We need more.
We will see you later. Stay tuned for more dad vlogs. Look at that sunset.